Hello, everybody. My name is Mo Elias. I have a frame shop in New York called Big Apple Art Gallery and Framing. Today, I'm going to be interviewing Treasure Ann, and she converted a yellow bus into a mobile frame shop, and she made a really nice job, and it looks awesome. And I'm going to introduce you guys to her in a second. Let's see here. Do this. Treasure, hi. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Hey, you showed me how the bus looked, and I'm loving it. So I'm all excited. There's a lot of people who want to see. So tell me first of all about yourself. Tell me where you're located and your background.
I'm in Spokane, Washington, and I started framing here in 1994
Mm-hmm.
for several different framers. I owned a shop on Maui for several years.
Hawaii,
and now
nice.
Yeah, Hawaii, yeah. And now back in Spokane, we're trying to get back at it.
Sure. So you go from Hawaii to Washington, a different temperature, different climate, right?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. I tell you, your demeanor, your cheerfulness is very Hawaii.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Aloha.
Aloha. So tell me about the bus. Tell me what it is, and so you're on the road today. You're picking up some supplies and molding. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I just had my very first online job. She went on, made an appointment. I drove out to her and got a nice big order. So I'm picking up the supplies before the snow comes in tonight.
That's beautiful. All right, so tell me about the bus. Do you want to do a tour of the bus first, or you want to talk about it and then do a tour?
Oh, we do both.
Yeah, let's do tour. Guys, tell us where you're watching from. Treasure Ann is going to go around the bus. She's going to go inside, and we're going to see how her setup is. And then we're not going to see her house, but she converted her tub room. Is this a sunroom? Was it a sunroom?
A hot tub room.
A tub room into a frame shop workshop, which is cool. All right, so we're inside. Go ahead and describe it. I'm going to make you full screen. Hold on. Go ahead. You start describing where we are.
So right now I'm getting up off the bus seat and I'm heading back. I have this little hallway to walk through because this is all plexiglass. We saved one bus seat so the kids can sit safely. You turn on the lights. And oh, this is the piece I just picked up just now. I'm going to reframe that.
Nice. Oh, I see what he did. So a bungee cord, okay.
Yeah. And so I've got all these turns for the samples. I've got 6 of those back here.
Nice. Triangle shapes?
Yes.
All right. So that you should have plenty of samples there.
I do. And I have lots more room down here.
Right.
And then all of my mat samples. I have 2 drawers that go way back. And let's see, I have got a way to, sorry.
Trey, do you have a way of locking these? So, oh, what is that? That's your art storage?
Yes. So I can put artwork down here.
Ah, so that's like a 3240 foam board box or something.
It is. It is.
Okay.
I have a container of white gloves.
Nice.
And masks, white masks. And that's, so right now you're looking at the protected room for customers to stand in.
Okay.
And I have.
You're in the back of the bus now, right? Treasure
I'm in the back. Yeah, this is the back door is right here.
I see. Okay. And then the customer comes in through the regular school kids door, right? Where the kids go into the school bus?
Yes.
All right. So you got a plexiglass box here. Now, how big is the space there where the customer comes in?
I think it's 3 by 4.
All right. So plenty of room.
Yeah.
And so you don't do any of the work here, right? You just take the orders.
Well,
it's like your mobile design show room.
Right. I just drove 40 minutes to a customer's house and she stood on the other side with her mask on. I stood on this side with my mask on. And she brought this painting in.
Yeah.
It slid perfectly underneath the glass.
Sure.
Selected new framing. And then I'm at the distributor picking up the materials and I'll bring it back to her when it's done.
That's very cool. So you didn't wait, right? You took the order, you straight up drove to your distributor.
You know, I don't normally do that, but we have a storm warning, and I thought it would be good to have the materials on hand.
Right.
So I didn't have to do it snow.
So what did she think?
Oh, she loved it.
Yeah.
She loved it. Yeah, she loved the idea of it. I'm going to walk you through that door now.
Nice. So Michael Pacini is asking, just joined. Where is this, please? So she's in Washington State. Michael, what's the name of the town, Treasure Ann, again?
I'm in Spokane.
Spokane.
But I'm also in I live in 9 Mile Falls.
9 Mile Falls. I tell you, the bus looks awesome. It really does look nice. The wrap came out nice.
I love this part.
Frame it. Very cool.
So this is where the customer comes in.
All right. Big door. Is that more than 3 feet?
I know for sure that rug is 2 feet by 3 feet.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. You got a stool in there. It looks very spacious from where I look. Does it look spacious when you're there?
It is. Yeah. I had a husband and wife in here today, and they were totally perfect. We have a heater and air conditioning with a little cutout in the plexi so it comes into this area also.
So Treasure Ann, let me ask you this: Do you like lock up the door and you don't let them leave until they pay you?
Yes.
This looks great. So you've got Lynn says cool bus. I think so too. I think it looks great. And you've got 2 young kids, and they stay with you in the bus if they need to, correct?
They just buckle in right there. They love it.
Sure. All right. So this is the school bus before. Very nice.
Yes. And then we got it.
Oh wow! Look at that. Now you could post some of these pictures in the group when you in the reply to the video, so people can see some of the stuff. You know.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Oh, there's my home studio. I thought I would post pictures of where I'm taking their artwork also.
Sure. Now, yeah, guys, Treasure Ann showed me her studio where she does the framing. Really big space. I thought, what was it, about a good 20 by 20, that space? Your tub room?
Oh, it's got to be bigger than that. My table's 8 by 8.
It was a gorgeous space.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll put
surrounding, was it not 360, maybe 270-degree windows, and she had a hot tub which she had covered up, and she put her work table on it. She had all her glass, the Optium, the museum glass, everything around there. And I thought it was very clever. I like the lights, the picture lights. Yeah. And so let's go inside. I want to talk to you about some of the numbers and how that worked out, because what you told me was kind of really cool. I think it was really affordable to run one of these things once you go past the initial setup fee, right? Okay, I just lost Treasure Ann, and she's going to log back in. She's outside. She's doing this from a distributor. But we should ask her what the distributor is and which distributor this is.
Sorry about that.
Oh, no problem. So, Treasure Ann, which distributor are you at right now?
JNS.
JNS. Shout out to JNS Spokane, Washington.
Yeah.
Right? All right. So tell me about cost. So how much does a school bus cost, and where do you get one?
I went on Craigslist. I'm sorry, my camera's kind of weird here. I went on Craigslist, and why is it doing that? Sorry. There, stay. We found one about an hour away, and we overpaid for this bus, but because it was tall, everything else I was thinking I was going to have to pay to have the roof lifted. I've been obsessing about tiny houses for years, so I kind of had an idea, and I follow a lot of forums on school bus living, which was also funny because my husband kept smacking me, going, "Stop looking at kitchens and bathrooms. You're not going to live in this thing."
Me and my wife, we watch a lot of van living. It's kind of similar to this. Man, they do some really cool stuff. I mean, we have 4 kids, so we can't pull that off at all. But it's a good lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah, we enjoy watching those videos. Okay, so you overpaid for the bus. Do you mind sharing some numbers?
$12,000. I paid $11,000. And then we probably put, if I had to pay for the labor, it took 80 days to do it. If I had to pay for that, this is probably a $60,000 bus
setup. Oh, it is an expensive setup. Okay. But you didn't pay for the labor. Yeah, I didn't
pay for the labor, but my husband wasn't working, so it was like it was his job. He worked on it 10 hours a day for 80 days.
I don't know. Husbands don't get paid for working for their wives, so.
Oh, no, he kept track.
All
Yeah.
right, so 80,000 to get into the bus. Now, your monthly fee, your monthly expenses, what is that? Is that like maintenance of the bus, insurance, and all that business, right? So, what are we looking at here?
I have insurance on the bus and on the artwork that I transport, and that's $250. And then I pay $50 for Lifesaver. I didn't,
Right.
I just got started, so I'm not real sure yet what the gas is going to be. But instead of altering my prices because I don't have overhead, I'm just trying to see if the travel time and gas is a wash.
Oh, why should you give a discount? Sometimes if you give them too cheap, they think it's not a good product, and they think, oh, why is it so cheap? Yeah, I mean, I'll keep that.
Expensive.
Yeah. Now, so $300, and what do you expect to sell on a typical day? You told me a number that blew my mind.
Right, I'm hoping for 1,000 a day. I had one stop today, and it was a $1,200 order.
That's all you got to do. Sure, that's beautiful.
Right. So if I have three or four, it'll all average out. So I'm hoping for 1,000 a day.
When you go to see a customer, I'm assuming you have nothing but your full attention to the customer, right?
Yes.
So you could sell them the nicer stuff. You stack it, triple matte, quadruple matte, suede, museum glass, a whole bit, right?
Right.
Yeah, I like that idea. I think it's cool. Look, I got a question from Luann, and she says, for her to drive to a client, is there a minimum order?
No. We'll see. I feel them out before I go, and I don't. Where my camera's doing that again. I don't really have anything on my walls that will be less than almost $200.
Right. So you're not selling a $50 frame.
Right. No, I'm not. And if there's a poster, I'm just trying to feel them out before I head out.
Sure.
And I always ask, the first question is, have you had framing done before? Because then they'll expect, I'm sorry, I'm wiggling this around. My camera's changing.
Oh, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Your mobile bus. I put at the title. You notice later I put school bus framer. Right, so it's fine. All right. So you feel them out. You go out. You get the framing job, and then you take it to your house and you bring it back. Right.
Yep.
And then, are you planning on hanging it too when you get there?
No. I have a disclaimer on there that I'm not at this time going into homes.
Okay.
Which is completely understandable. I have an appointment in a week, and it's over an hour away, but she lives in a 55 and older community. So she put up a flyer in her clubhouse telling everybody else that I'll be there that day. So I'm hoping that even though I'm driving that far twice, so that's 4 hours, I'm hoping to get quite a few jobs out of the one stop.
Oh, maybe you should take a lunch break. You should hang out just in case someone else shows up.
Yeah, sure.
Those are actually cool because, the old ladies that talk to each other, they hang out. So it'd be nice. It'd be very nice. Okay. So now tell me, how do you get customers?
It's all been word of mouth, Facebook, Instagram, and then of course the news program that helped a lot.
News program. How did that work out? Tell me about it.
Creme 2 News, they sent a guy out to interview me, and he did a really nice long story on my bus.
So how do you get in touch with those guys to get featured? Because that's got to take some work.
No, I just know them from other jobs, and I just sent it out. Just sent it out there, and they jumped on it. A couple of them, the Journal of Business came out from a client who was friends with the guy at the Journal of Business. So he came out on Christmas Eve and interviewed me. That's
beautiful. So it's all organic, no extra cost to you. And
not yet.
Yeah, I love it. I think this is smart. I paid some seriously expensive rent. I mean, really, really on rent. This beats that, right? I mean, you're having fun. You go in, you spend a bunch of time with a customer. You're not hurried because you got to go and join this frame. You got glue on this corner that you got to go take care of quickly. No phone's ringing. You're paying full attention to this guy, and it's all appointment only, correct?
Yes. Yeah. Yes, I'm open every day, but just today I decided I'm going to take Wednesdays and Thursdays off to spend it homeschooling the kids and assembling frames. I have to do that sometime.
Sure.
That part. So I booked up all my scheduled times for Wednesdays and Thursdays.
So this is a good place to use like the Lifesaver Cloud, right? Because you're basically using cloud and you can use any device. Do you use like a Square for your payment? So you swipe it through your phone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I use my phone as a hotspot to get the cloud, and then I send the Square invoice, so I'm not touching anybody's credit cards, and it's just completely hands off. Yeah.
Sure. That's pretty cool. And you know what I have? I have a similar setup in the place where I don't take the card. I put a tablet, and then I got one of those little square touch things. They're about this big, like $50, and I velcroed that to the outside of the glass barrier. And then I tell the customer dip it because it's cheaper than the invoice. So they dip it, or they touch it, like some of the chip ones, and then I get the payment, and then I pay the less fees than the invoice one. But it was like $50 to invest, so not a big investment, but it's really cool. Yeah. So do you buy length or join? How do you do mats? How do you frames? Because those things you still have to do them, right? After you take the order?
Yes. I bought one box of molding and just to have it on stock, and then I just buy length as I need it. So I cut and join at home.
Cut and join at home. You have a chopper, a joiner, a vacuum press, and all that business?
No, I don't have a vacuum press.
So how do you mount prints that need to be mounted?
I'll bring it to an old framer an old friend I used to frame for. I brought it to her. I borrowed her machine.
That's very cool. Well, using your connections, right? This is great stuff.
Right.
I got a question from YouTube. Workshop Gallery. Are you concerned about weather issues? And also, do you park the bus in climate control garage?
I'm terrified of icy roads. I'm new at driving the bus. I'm afraid of backing up in the bus. Just park it out in front of my house. It does not go into a climate control, but I also bring all the artwork in with me too. Yeah,
because your workshop is in the house, so all you got to do is just take it in, and you're in business. I like it. I think this is very cool, and so $80,000 to get it started, $300 a month. Once you go past the initial cost, I think your monthly fees are basically very minimal.
Yes, I still want to get into a retail space, and I was a little bit embarrassed to do this at first, but it's so popular right now, and people are loving the idea, so I'm just riding it. It doesn't feel as professional to me as a retail space.
Okay.
But it was a way to maneuver through this time, and it's paying so far today.
There's a guy on YouTube. He's like a mobile barber shop. He's in London, and I watch him. And then he goes and he's got this fancy truck, and he gives people cigars and drinks, and man, that feels so high end than coming to a barbershop in a store. So maybe you can bring that vibe in, so you're not so, you know what I'm saying? So you would be very high end even compared to a retail shop.
Oh, I am. Yeah. I'm very high end.
Yeah.
And people walk in here and their jaws drop and they're like, wow, this is so cool. Because to me, it's way more than I ever expected. My husband went way above and beyond on the design of this and the quality of it. So the bus itself is an experience. And I've had people messaging me saying how much they appreciate it because they can't leave their house. So they have work for me, and
if they can't come to you, you go to them, right? That's how you chase the money. I love it. This is really smart. I love it. I think it's great. Hold on. There's a question here. Andrew on YouTube says, are customers ever concerned about where the artwork is going or being stored?
Well, not yet. It's so new that nobody's asked me that yet, but I'm ready. I posted pictures in the bus of my workshop, and my workshop is a dream. I have a wraparound deck and windows over a lake. I want people to know that I'm not working in some grungy basement with a cat sitting on their artwork when I'm not looking.
Yeah.
So I have photographs. I have proof of insurance, and what else? I'm ready for that concern, but nothing yet.
You told me you had insurance for the artwork while you have it in the bus, correct?
Yes.
So you're covered, even if that, this is great. You sent me some pictures by private message a couple of weeks ago of the inside and the outside. If you don't mind posting these with this video at the bottom of the video, I think people are going to appreciate how cool your shop where you do the work is.
Sure.
It's your house like on a hilltop, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. So I think it's very cool. So here, Andrew is saying having photos of the workshops. Yeah, he says having photos of the workshop is a great idea. She had it. You had them on clips behind you, right? Where people can see the shop.
So I have stand up. I have all these little clips with pictures on the other side.
Very
so
smart.
You can tell one of these is my shop.
That one.
Right here.
Yeah. And this is such a beautiful space too, by the way. I like it.
What did you say?
I said this is such a beautiful space, by the way, the workshop.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah. This is great. All right. So what's next for you for 2021?
Working. I gotta work. It's been a long time out. The stinking camera. I've been off since March.
Yeah.
So now it's time.
Yeah. Good for you. Look, you took advantage of the shutdown, of the lockdown, whatever it's called, and then you created this little thing, and now you can take advantage of it, and you're doing it safe. I love it. I think this is great. I think some of the fancy people with the fancy words, they call it a pivot. And I think you did that. I think it's awesome, and I love it. Good for you. I wish you good luck.
Another thing to point out is when this pandemic is over, I'm still safe from having strangers in my vehicle. So there's still no access. So if I have somebody in here who makes me uncomfortable, they can't hurt me.
And you can hit the remote, lock them up, drive to the nearest police precinct.
Yep. That's what I
I love it, Treasure Ann. I really enjoy talking to you.
Thank you.
Thank you for the tour. Thank you for sharing. It's very kind of you. I think it's very inspiring for some folks who are looking to do what to do next. And I appreciate you sharing all this.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Yeah. Someone else says it's a great idea. Oh, Lynn says it's a great idea and look very professional to me. I agree. It looks gorgeous. Treasure Ann, you have a good day.
You too.
And I'll catch up with you later.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.